Good evening, Radio Brunel. Please welcome your host for tonight, the gentleman.
Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of The Gentleman's. This is The Gentleman's Halloween special. It's been, I'll be honest, a bit of a ball ache trying to organise it because I have been invited to the realms of Surrey for this year's celebrations, but I said, you know, I'm a busy man. I'll still do the show. The people need entertaining. And then I thought, who could entertain with me on the show? And it is time to introduce the friend. Hello. Right, so we're still introducing the guests. So this I thought would match his personality for the Halloween and really get people knowing who and what you're all about. So, as this plays, just say a bit about yourself, what you do, who you are, all that kind of stuff. Here we go, let's get that.
Should I be worried? Hello everybody, my name is Christopher Peckham, just so you know my full name. Probably shouldn't have admitted that, but oh well. I do civil engineering. I'm a third year, been out on placement last year. I'm 22 years old, too old to still be here unfortunately. And yeah, that's about it. What do I like? I like drink. I like rugby, beer, motorbikes. Yeah, that's about it. And rock music. That's about it.
So,
and I'm still kind of drunk from last night.
It's that time of the show where we get to know our guests in a game I like to call Welcome back. So this game feature, whatever you want to call it, involves the use of a chatterbox. And each week I design and make a chatterbox that asks the alternate question. So yeah, if we just go, so I've got it in front of me actually. This is new. So out of these colours,
yeah,
what would you pick?
I'm going to go for vomit green.
So green. Green. And
although I'm really more of a black person. We didn't have black, so I'll go with green.
Pick a number.
Between
but they're on there, 2, 4, 6 and 8.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I missed that. Sorry, I'm slightly hungover and probably still drunk. I will go with 6.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And pick another number.
344.
No,
I know. 4, mate. I'll go 4.
Okay. The question is, what is the scariest thing you've ever done?
I've ever done?
Yeah.
We, every now and again, because we're just cool like that, they're back at home with some of my mates, we do, well, you could call it ghost hunting, but it's not exactly that. Basically, there's a town about a 25-minute, half-an-hour drive away from us and it's not even a town, it's a tiny sort of hamlet called Monk's Kirby, which is I think it's in Warwickshire. I live in Warwickshire. I'm not sure. I think that is still in Warwickshire. And there's a very old graveyard out the back of the town, or no, the hamlet. And we sometimes used to, I haven't done it in a while, we used to go out there and basically sort of dare each other to walk out into the graveyard. And there's a big sort of mausoleum out the back, which supposedly some paedophile monks are buried in. And at sort of 11, half 11 at night, I don't know if you've ever been in a graveyard at night time. It's not the most settling of environments. And we used to do that basically, and we would go out and sort of walk into the graveyard, and sort of, yeah, that's probably it's kind of just spooky rather than scary. And we decided one night to do a sort of Derek Acora kind of seance. So 4 of us stood holding hands in this graveyard, just inside it. And one of our mates was actually too scared to eat. Well, yeah, he's a bit of a wuss, for want of a better word, and he decided he didn't want to get out of the car. However, he did have the window slightly open and realised that we were doing said seance. And as my friend goes and sort of stands there and says, "If there are any spirits who would like to contact us, please make yourself known now." And it's 11:30 in the middle of a pitch black graveyard, and our friend in the car just goes, "Burp!" on the horn. And that was quite scary. My friend actually potentially broke one of my fingers. I never got it checked out, but it was very fat for quite a long time after that. So yeah. How overly long was that story?
That was quite an extensive story.
Well,
but everything's long with you, Chris.
Hey, that's what all the ladies say anyway.
So
long and fat.
So I don't know what I ask these questions every week, and I'm not very good at answering them. The guests come with some good stories. Well, my scariest thing's probably like, someone asked me the other day, "What's your phobia?" And I remember as a kid being scared of the dark because I watched that I Know What You Did Last Summer, and
I've never watched that.
Yeah, it really freaked me out.
House on Haunted Hill freaked me out. For some reason, my mum decided it was a good idea to watch that with me when I was about 11 and 18.
Right, you
when I was 11, I'm like, "Cheers, mum." And I had nightmares for about 3 weeks after that. Just repeated visions of a man getting stabbed in the neck with a pencil.
Nice. Nice.
I think it shaped me into the man I am today, to be honest.
I've done like, you know when you go like gorge scrambling?
That's what I do on a Friday night.
Or something.
I did a bungee jump. That was quite scary as well.
Yeah.
In a more like kind of way.
Talking about gorge scrambling. I'll jumping into like the deep. You know when they sort of stand you at the top of some cliff thing, and you jump into the and they're like, only aim for the white bit because the rest of it's shallow. You just imagine jumping in and going like when you fall in. It's like,
When have you done gorge scrambling?
Go
on, talk to me.
I am quite.
Talk to me, like Terry Tibbs. Talk to me.
Well, I'm quite the outdoorsy person. I'm quite the outdoorsy person, and I mean, I'm here today. That's outdoorsy enough, eh?
Gentleman.
Right, it's time for another question. So
another question, right? Let's rock and roll.
So pick a question from the chat box.
Well, haven't you got to do the whole colours and numbers thing again?
That's what I mean. Pick a number.
Red. Red.
R-E-D. And pick a number. 1, 3, 5, or 7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's 1, 3, 5, and 7.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick again. 1.
Okay. If you could write any scary movie, can you tell that it's Halloween themed?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's a Halloween themed too, aren't you? If you could write any song, I mean,
Film, yeah.
scary movie, what would the storyline be? I'm expecting you to be like Spielberg.
You expect me to be like Spielberg?
I expect you to be like Spielberg. Yeah,
Mate,
just have.
I'm more like an A-level student with a handicap.
I was expecting you to put out a play, I just carry this around winning.
To be honest, the way my mind is, the kind of story that I would come up with, I probably can't say on the radio.
Right, on the scale of the village to teeth,
how messed up would it be?
How messed up would it be? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd probably be worse than teeth.
Oh.
I know my brain's wrong.
Just to explain to the listeners what teeth is, I would say Google it, but it's quite entertaining to actually say roughly the storyline.
It's a grim film.
It is a grim film.
It's probably not as bad as The Human Caterpillar, though. You probably could have brought that up.
I could have brought that up, actually,
because that messed me up.
Yeah, that is filth. That is absolute filth. But basically, there's a lady that is in this teeth film who has teeth lining her genitalia.
Lady parts. Lady Garden.
Yeah, Lady Garden, and you can just imagine what happens to men and stuff. I reckon.
Well, you see what happens to men in the film.
I think it's for the feminists. It's one for the feminists. Stick.
If we get rid of it, they won't be so cocky. Oh!
Whoa! Hello, 50 years of feminism just slated.
Pun alert.
Just slated by the Peckham, right? And he's going out in 2 hours. And
I'm like the horse that ran over the suffragette.
I'm telling
I
you,
just ran over feminism.
You just ran over feminism. You're going out in about an hour, and
yeah, I've got a lecture from 10 till 1.
No, you've got you're going out to academy, right?
Yes, I am.
You're going to academy in about an hour, and yeah. So, I reckon you should use that as one of your lines. Just go up to a girl and go, you know,
I'm the guy who ran over feminism.
If feminism
come back to mind.
Wait, but do you have teeth for vaginas? Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know me, literally, like, you can take me with a pinch of salt. I talk a lot of rubbish. I mean, I'm about as serious as dog dirt.
Yeah, that's Chris. Okay, don't answer the question like that then, because you don't remember. But what would be? Okay, there's 2 types of girls. This is the new thing going around.
Right. 2 types of girls.
Halloween. 2 types of girls that go out at Halloween. The one that goes.
One's with women's genitalia and one's without women's genitalia.
No.
Or with men's genitalia.
What? One has the idea to go as something sexy and like
slutty Halloween dress.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be so derogatory, but okay.
No, let's go with derogatory.
And the other goes out in a informal attire that resembles something from TV or.
So basically, someone who's gone out in a Halloween dress and someone who hasn't gone out in Halloween dress.
No. Because you can dress up as the photo that's going around on Facebook at the moment is a girl dressed as a blueberry. You know when in Charlie and the Chocolate.
No, yeah.
So those kind of costumes. Khaleesi is kind of one of those costumes, really. So
yeah, it's not scary as such, is it? Yeah.
But she's attractive, so it's borderline.
Schwing.
So. What would be your ideal from both those types of girl on Halloween? What's the best sort of like informal Halloween costume, and what's the best slutty costume?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I mean,
and it says all of this on the back of a flap.
I mean, as a guy, we all like sluts. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I don't know. It's quite a nice one. It's quite a good one. I mean, no guy wants someone trying to be slutty, but just it doesn't come off well. So, if it sounds bad, but if you're very round, don't try and do slutty. Doesn't work for you. Use your personality. as a slightly more rotund person as well, I'll be honest. Like, it would not work for me if I dressed in a vest and tried to show off my pecs. I don't have pecs. I have what could possibly be termed flabby man breasts or moobs.
Yeah.
So I don't wear tight-fitting t-shirts. It's a bit like larger women who wear leggings.
Yeah.
Don't. It doesn't work for you. I'm sorry. It's work with what you've got. If you're big, wear something loose. If you've got a good body, fair enough, wear tight stuff. I don't wear tight stuff because I haven't got a six-pack and I don't look like Brad Pitt, so I wear looser stuff and rock with that. I'm not sure about this whole legging thing for the larger women. I'm probably going to get hung, drawn and quartered by half of Brunel University now after saying that.
I think that you have a liking to Brad Pitt.
Only because I'm blonde. That's all I've got.
If we sort of,
I look more like oh God. Have you seen the Friends episode with the guy who is a stripper and he's a policeman and he's short? What's his name? What's the actor's name?
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
What?
He's. I look more like him. Do you know who I mean though?
No. I've forgotten. I can't put.
You know. I think it's Rachel's bridal shower or baby shower, and Phoebe hires a stripper.
Yeah. And
it's like a 5'1" guy who's like 55 years old, balding, and he turns up and tries to strip for them, and they all just basically throw up. I look more like that. Anyway, how did we get so off topic? That was me. That was my fault. That was my bad.
That was, yeah.
As a radio show host, you should be trying to direct me back towards it rather than letting me do it.
No, it's all about
the bants.
It's all about the bants.
Bants.
It's all about the chat. Really saturating.
Lock that man up in Guantanamo Bay.
Because if I really did, this is the thing. Someone told me the other week that the show has become too guest orientated, and that I let them speak more. But if I stopped you speaking, you probably wouldn't have said that leggings comment, and
you probably should have.
We wouldn't have the comedy genius.
Comedy genius of me.
Of you. So we've got to make sure people are fully saturated. You know, really.
Okay.
You're not
saturated in Chris.
You're not going to speak for the rest of the day because you would have spoken well enough.
Well, yeah, probably not. I don't know. Anyway, right. Slutty dress and non-slutty dress. Right. We all like a slutty vampire, don't we? Let's be honest. We all like it.
Because there's sucking insinuations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all like a slutty vampire. So it's got to be slutty vampire. And then normal dress kind of insinuates that they're boring.
Personally, I like a pussy. I mean,
can I say that? Can I say pussy on radio?
No, you're not the gentleman.
Oh.
No.
Can I? I'm sure you've all seen a viral video go around currently. So I'm allowed to say the last word, but I'm not allowed to say the first word.
What's that?
I'll say the three word, or maybe 3 or 4 words in the middle, right in the.
Oh, I've not seen that video yet.
You've not seen any of them?
No.
You don't know about it? Where a guy, like, people go up behind, like, when news teams are out, like, in the field or whatever, and runs up behind and goes, something right in the pussy behind them.
Oh, because I had George Howard, Nick Prince Wright, and Casper Atherton on the show in the first week.
Yes, I heard. I heard some of the show.
At the end of the show, they just shout, beep, 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 beep.
In the...
Yeah. I'm just saying it there because I was just talking about pussycats. You know, when they dress up as pussycats, it's quite a slutty outfit. I quite like that.
Okay, I get that. Like, you like to feel the whiskers against your whiskers.
Yep.
Okay. Facial whiskers.
Okay, so what about the other side of things? What sort of costume would you go for? On the, I don't know.
On the non-slutty side? I don't know, because I mean, it's very rare to see someone not on the slutty side, because, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're talking about Khaleesi, she still doesn't exactly wear a lot.
This girl wasn't wearing much. Just sort of some sort of potato sacks and stuff, like that sort of material.
Potato sacks?
Like it's that material that she wears, isn't it? It was quite a good costume, actually.
No,
I'm pretty impressed.
What do you mean potato sacks?
Like the material, like canvassy material.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but when did she wear that in the show?
That's what she wears. It's like a canvassy sort of material. She wears like a brown thing that goes like around her sort of breast area and sort of
breasticles,
like, gets her sort of little belly button out, which everyone knows is an attractive feature on a girl in modern day beeping Britain. right. Don't get me started on fashion, because it's a show in itself, Chris. When did people decide? Oh yeah, get the belly out. Yeah.
I think the belly is a debatable feature. If you have a flat toned belly, I'm not saying I do.
Yeah, but
get it out. If you're pregnant, don't wear something cropped. I hate that. What are you doing with your life? Like, you see pregnant women walking around, and this top is halfway up their stomach. I don't want to see your stretched out belly. You look like one of the weird worm things from Men in Black. Stop.
We're playing anti-feminism on The Gentleman. If you just
no, it's not anti-feminist. It's just ridiculous.
I was going to ask you a question then.
Anti-ridiculous is what it's called.
I was going to ask you a question then, but I don't feel that I'm going to ask it indirectly because it's underneath one of the flaps.
Are you trying to say? Sorry.
I always find questions under the flaps. Like all
right, ask me this question indirectly, which is no longer indirectly because you said you're going to ask it. So just ask it.
So wait, hold on. We're going to go for the cat. I went for the cat. I'm going for cat, and
we're going cat as non-slutty. Is that non-slutty?
No, that's slutty. Like.
Okay. I said
vampire.
Woman. So you've got cat. I've got vampire.
What? I don't know about.
I don't know.
Because I'd find someone in a good costume really attractive, actually.
Would you?
Like, I saw a girl dressed as Megatron one year, like made out of cardboard, and I had so much that's a decent amount of effort, that is.
How stiff was the cardboard?
It was crackable.
Crackable. Okay.
Crackable. It was like a china plate.
Okay.
Are
you Greek? Do you smash plates? Sorry.
What?
I don't know. I found an innuendo in that.
So, pick a colour. Your final colour?
Oh, yellow.
YELLO.
W.
Oh, I've got something in my throat then.
And you forgot how to spell yellow.
And I was like, oh. Right, okay, so.
You've got a frog in your throat.
Yellow.
The name of my French friend's sex tape. So.
It's 1, 3, 5, and 7.
Lucky number 2. No, it's not 1. 7, mate.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 3, 5, and 7.
Again. 5.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
What?
Dun, dun. I don't know.
This elevator music.
No, it's the Rocky theme tune.
Oh.
Don't ask me why I'm singing it. I'm not running up any stairs or trying to punch anything, but I don't know. I felt like just doing it. Right, rock and roll. What's the question?
The question is, if you could go out with anyone on your Facebook, right? Anyone on your Facebook, you're not mentioning names, but how would you approach? Basically, what happens is a new sort of apocalyptic world occurs, a utopia, if you like.
Post-apocalyptic. Or do you mean like not necessarily an apocalypse, but a bit like a totalitarian world? Do you mean something? Have you seen the film Equilibrium?
No.
Have you seen the film V for Vendetta?
No.
Well, then I'm preaching to, I don't know, no one.
Probably should have seen those films, to be fair. But
I don't. V for Vendetta is a good film,
yeah,
and so is Equilibrium. You should watch it. And Equilibrium's got Sean Bean in it, so it's got to be good.
I don't know who Sean Bean is.
You don't what?
I probably do.
Right, you've seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
First season.
Yeah.
Main Northern guy. I can't remember his name. Rob Stark's dad.
Oh.
That's Sean Bean.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Have you never seen Sharp? You never saw Sharp as a child?
No.
Like when you were like, well, I mean, it's not a child's TV show, but it was like about like a guy in the Napoleonic Wars, and Sean Bean was the main guy.
No.
On that note, actually, my mum went out with a guy who was in that, like his right-hand man. Which is a bit of a weird thing to bring up on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my mum dated some guy from the TV. Come at me, women.
Did she give? did she ever give?
Did she ever what? Go on. I'm pretty happy to like.
Did she give him a good seeing to?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
While looking at a photo of you on the mantelpiece.
No, it was before my dad.
Oh.
Was that?
That's a shame.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of started to sound like Johnny might want to have a go on my mum, but to be honest, I feel more. If my mum pulled Johnny, I'd be quite happy for her because she's 62. Like she's doing pretty well there.
I'd be her toy boy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. You'd be more like a piece of meat thrown in the corner.
Oh, rough. Well, we'll be.
Well, I don't want to know.
So it's a okay. Everyone, right? Okay, so you and everyone's died apart from your Facebook friends. This is genius, right?
What?
Everyone's died apart from your Facebook friends.
Apart
list.
from my Facebook friends list, who do I?
And you've got to
Badonkadonk.
You've got to. I'm going to take one for the team, guys. I think I'm going to boink one of you guys, and you've got to. Right, but they're not open to it. They're not open to it. You've still got to do all the faff, right?
Is that a pun?
I don't get it.
Not open to it.
Oh well. no pun intended.
I don't know.
So right, what would you do to try and get this girl?
Sod it. You know what? I'll bring up a name now. She was in my form at school. It's very unlikely that she'll hear this show, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But Leanne Huntley, she was banging. And she still is. She still is. I've still got her on Facebook, and oh my god, I'd have dragged my own face through dog turd to get on that. What would I do?
What made her so special?
I don't know. She had big jubblies.
It comes down to that, doesn't it?
She had big jubblies and a banging arse.
But
lovely jubblies.
So
I'm like Del Boy.
That lovely jabbly.
Lovely jubblies. How would I approach it?
Yeah.
I'd probably just be shy and stand in the corner.
So you probably wouldn't be.
I don't know. It depends. If someone gave me some I have two stages. It's either shy or someone gives me some alcohol and I go and breathe horrible booze breath all over them whilst trying to chat them up with some really bad lines.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm really enjoying your.
Hello, love. It's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
My lines aren't especially brilliant.
But surely you do this, like, you know, you give a
bang, 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 bangity bang, said a bang, bang, bangity bang.
Oh, how am I?
Bang, bang, bangity bang, said a bang, bang, bangity bang, 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 bangity bang.
Hey,
Well.
what's she singing? Oh, just a little ditty I wrote about how many girls Barney's been banging lately.
Well, count me in for a verse.
Great!
Bang, bang,
Bangity bang.
said a bang, bang,
Bangity bang.
bang, bangity bang. I've been doing
what are
that.
you implying?
I've been doing that on Nights Out. It's been catching on.
Has
People
it?
don't really recognise it from How I Met Your Mother, but I obviously
not?
say it's from How I Met Your Mother because I'm not a plagiarist bastard.
I like to reference my sources.
I like to reference my jokes. I
don't know. Like I said,
should I say something?
I don't know. When it's actually, I think the pressure's probably even higher when like there's only how many friends have got on Facebook? Probably like 700, something like that. When there's only 700 people left in the world, the pressure's probably even more on because if you get it wrong and make yourself look a jackass, then you can't even go and say like, well, I can find a new group of friends or a new group of people to go and chat up.
Yeah.
You probably all know each other.
That is true. But
So,
a lot of
I don't
people
know,
on my
the pressure's
Facebook,
on.
I don't really know. I would say I don't even know who the hottest girl on my Facebook is.
It's your mum.
Should I just say some really controversial names? It's like that level of like attractiveness. When you're in a relationship, you're like not.
See,
girls, it's different for
girls.
guys.
For guys, I think
guys.
when they're in a relationship, they become more attractive to women.
That's
When I've been in relationships,
that's
women seem to flock to you. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the confidence that comes with having a relationship, and you're not actually out on the hunt. You're not.
That's why
prowling for the poontang.
That's why I get girlfriends, because it brings.
I get girlfriends to get other girls. Is that what you're saying?
I got 99 problems, but a bip ain't one.
A bip ain't one.
A bib.
Are we not allowed to say the
No,
B word on here?
The awkward term for a lady. No.
But what if you're actually talking it in terms of a lady dog?
Can I just mention, right, while we're on terms, like talking about terms and stuff?
Yeah.
I get this all the time. I did a show the other week, and it was a Dapper Laughs mic take. That I was taking the mic out of. I edited a phone call together, and I had a phone call with Dapper Laughs, and all that stuff. And he came on, and he went, you know what, girls get proper moist, and he did all that, like, and I got a bit like my basically feedback for the show is they think it's too like laddie, like,
Okay.
right.
But
And
it's
I'm
the
like,
gentleman.
The gentleman, modern day gentleman, get the times.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll female it up. That's probably derogatory as well to say that. But I slagged off women wearing fat women wearing leggings earlier. Sorry, ladies. Maybe I should like have a go at overweight men. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Let's like, in the terms of like keeping it even.
Oh, that's the
Terrible
alarm.
story alert.
That's the terrible story alert. That might as well be what it is. But basically, this is the point of the show. Since doing a show called Ladies Night with two gorgeous ladies,
Because it's ladies.
they're lovely ladies, and they came on and we discussed Tinder.
Okay.
The gentleman obviously has to be accepting of all services,
Dating apps.
dating apps. So this is now because it wasn't. It was just called Tinder Tips, 60-second Tinder Tips. Now it's called 60-second dating tips for online apps.
60 seconds is all I need.
So each week, because Tinder keeps being brought up on the show, everyone keeps thinking I'm the voice of Tinder, Grindr, and POF.
You're the voice of Grindr, Johnny.
I am the voice of Grindr. I'm telling you, Grindr's the only app that seems to be working at the moment.
What for you?
For me, I think there's a problem with.
I've made a lot of new friends.
I've made a lot of new friends.
Is this going to be one of the friends from Borat? I watched that the other day for the first time in ages, and
I was gonna go
that
out
was
as
funny.
I was gonna dress up for Halloween as Bruno. I was gonna get like the the yellow sort of dungaree. I don't know what they call them. They call them something in
Yellow dungarees. I think that's what they're called.
Oh, yep. I was gonna dress up as that with workman boots and like the hat and everything, but I decided not to. It wasn't scary enough. And don't people?
Is there a danger though that people wouldn't recognise?
Yeah, and it would
I
just look like
think
I'm.
that you look
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I was thinking. That is what I was thinking. Especially if I get my like knob out and like say Bruno with it, like Bruno.
Try and make the Japai talk. Like
That's what I say. Yeah, that's what I say.
Are we allowed to say that on the radio?
We'll go.
Can
with
I
that,
say
yeah.
Japai on the radio? No.
News just in.
Bleep
News
that.
just in. Nick, what happened to recording at 8?
Shall I call him on the air?
Shall we
Would that be funny?
text him to phone in?
I think I've got.
Text him to phone in.
Yeah. You didn't answer your phone.
Wait, I'm
Alright. I'll text him and say call the show on this number. Well, although I tried to call it a few weeks ago, and it didn't work.
It does work. I was just ignoring you.
Were you actually?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So it's time for my 60-second Tinder tip, dating tip. Sorry, I'm so used to calling it that. It is, and I'm just going to go out and say it. This week is all about bios. Can I get countdowned in, please? Right, so Tinder, Grindr, and POF users. Little tip: get your bio sorted. Couple of words that really sum you up as a person. Don't make stupid jokes. Don't make things like, "Ooh, give me your best Game of Thrones chat-up line." None of that, right? Make it simple. I want to fuck. No, I'm joking. Don't do that, because that's not gonna get you matches.
It will if you're a bird.
It would if you're a girl. If you're a girl, that would do the job. Yeah.
That would definitely get you a match. However, if you're a guy, don't put that. That won't work.
No, it wouldn't work. It would no. I strongly suggest against doing that as a guy. I would put I'll take you to the zoo if you give me a match. That would literally a date idea. Just be like, oh, any date idea. Oh, I'll take you for a kebab if you give me a match.
Just don't put. I'll take you back to the zoo.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, your Tinder tip for the week. So we've got to go into a quick feature because it's Halloween. Trick or treat, right? It's a feature I like to call trick or treat, right?
Okay.
And this feature.
Do you like to call it trick or treat? How many times have you done it before? None. So it's actually just I call it trick or treat.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I just thought
I
thought I'd be a bit of a
boycotting
and
showbiz.
just pick that up. Sorry.
Okay, fine. Little showbiz tip for you. I've never done it before, right? You've heard it here first. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where you should go.
That's the problem with live broadcasting. You can't edit these.
You're losing your
out.
trick or treat on air virginity. Like, I don't know.
So trick or treating in daily life, if you don't know, and you've been in isolation for 50 years of your life or something. Is a
trick or treating in daily life.
Trick or treating in daily life because the gentleman isn't real. The trick or treating in real life is the going to people's doors and then if they don't answer, you chuck an egg at their window or loot
or they can turn around and say trick, which is rare. And then you get the sweets as well. When people open the door. Someone gave me 20 quid once.
Wow.
When I was about 8.
Nice.
I was like, really? And they were like, it's all I've got. I was like, okay. They gave me 20 quid.
That's a good
I was like, what?
On the show this week, we'll be doing Trick or Treat. And Trick or Treat this week is going to be all about your phone book, right? And
I'm not liking where this is going, but okay.
So we did call or delete. It's essentially the same, but you call and then you have to say something nice to the person, or you have to say something really out of order, and it works by randomly stopping on the contacts. So we're going to randomly scroll down. There are a few rules. Like I'm not going to do my mum and my family and stuff, and I'm not going to do like I'm not going to do my boss and all that stuff. Like I'll do just friends and people.
Yeah, fair enough. You don't really want to call your boss up and call her a slag.
The way we're going to choose, trick or treat, is by a random generated.
Toss a coin.
Yeah, that's how we're going to do it.
Good job I'm here, really, isn't it?
Yeah, glad you came up with that. The brain's behind the operation. I've only got a penny. A penny will do.
That's the first time that's ever been said about me.
I'll do a 50p piece, like the Queen's nose. I'll make a wish.
I don't know if I've got a coin to do it in this separate room.
So
I might have to just toss, like...
I'll do it. I'll just do it for you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can do that, yeah. That would work. So you're the real brains behind the operation.
So what do you want to go first? Okay.
Right. Okay. You want me to flick through my contacts?
So you go to the contacts.
Should I just flick through the letters? Like, just do this. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then say stop, and then I'll just put my thumb on it and see what it comes
Okay.
on to.
Stop.
It's Sean Pirry, who is a student at Brunel. I have not talked to this guy in 2 years, potentially.
Okay, it's gonna have to do.
All right. So how do I decide whether I'm
I'll
I'm nice or not?
heads is treat, and a tails is trick.
Okay.
And trick's obviously the nasty comment, and you just say something nasty to the person. And
So
heads,
I call him a bell piece.
just
or
be like, I
something
really think you're a bell end or something. I don't know.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Nothing
no-
that I can't be played on the radio.
Yeah, nothing too rude. And also, so the head's going to be a treat where you just say, "Oh, I think you're really beautiful," or something
I
like
think
that.
you have a beautiful.
I really hope I get a
I
girl.
think you have beautiful genitalia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, right.
Shall I put it on speaker? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Put it so
Okay.
loudspeaker. Okay.
Wow.
And then at the end after you've said it and it's got their reaction, you can say yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So
That was the worst flick ever. Do it again. He didn't even catch that. It landed on the floor behind him.
it's a tails.
I really hope he doesn't answer and it just goes to voicemail. Actually, I'm not sure whether that's worse, because at least with if he answers, I can say it and then I can go, "I'm sorry, you're on the radio. We just had to call someone." Or am I not allowed to do that? Am I allowed to do that? Or do I have to call him later on and say, "I'm sorry, bro"?
No, we'll just do something. No, we can't. No, you can. We'll say we're on the radio afterwards.
Okay, right. It's calling. It's taking its time. Oh, there we go. Is that coming through all right?
Yeah, that's good.
He's probably going to be like, "Why is Chris calling me? I haven't spoken to him in ages." Probably won't answer.
This is the Vodafone voicemail
voicemail.
service for 07
Just leave a voicemail.
79795. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or
Oh
press
God,
the
get
hash
on with
key.
it. Get on with it, Vodafone. Was that Vodafone? Hi Sean, it's Chris. I just thought I'd call you quickly and just tell you that I think you're a bit of a donkey, really. I'm really not a fan of you, and I think you should just get a life. Sorry, we're after you've listened to that, I would like to say I apologise. I'm on Radio Brunel at the moment. We're playing a game and you had to call someone randomly in your phone. I landed on you and say that you don't like them, basically. I don't dislike you, your sound. Although it's been a while. We haven't talked in a while. Maybe I should come see you soon.
All right. Wrap it up.
And I'll have a good one, mate. Bye.
That could have gone better if someone picked up. Okay, I'm going to do it.
Alright, do it.
Hamish Carroll.
Who is that?
Okay, this is a guy from my school,
Okay.
Langley Park Boys School, and I haven't spoken to him in a while, actually. He asked me for something the other day, but...
What did he ask for?
Just because he did a comedy
Sexual
comedy show for me, actually.
No, did he?
And he's got a radio show in Leeds University,
Is he?
which is quite a good one to land on. So he'll get this. So I'm gonna toss the coin, and it'll be trick or treat.
Okay.
And let's do this properly.
Please be Trick. It's Trick, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, saying that they're being really gay is quite funny. Should we just make it treat? Because
No.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you, make it Trick and then make it Treat, and then say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Actually, I really love you, and I wish that you could rest your genitalia on my face repeatedly."
It's happening.
Ask him to give you Arabian goggles. Have you ever, or say you're going to give him Arabian goggles? Do you know what that is?
Hi Hamish. I'm just calling because I don't really like you.
Sorry,
Who am I? Hello.
Did you say it again? I missed that.
I don't really like you, Hamish. That's more offensive than what I said. Hamish, this is Jonathan Knight from Langley. You're live on The Gentleman, my radio show. We're playing a feature called Trick or Treat.
Oh, no.
We're playing a feature called Trick or Treat, where we had to call up people at the toss of a coin to give them a trick or a treat, and you received a trick.
I'm going to come round to the studio and burn the place down.
Jesus, that's a bit harsh.
Picked the wrong guy.
I picked the wrong. Oh no! I could give you a treat. I could give you a treat.
Too late, man. You're in serious trouble.
Oh.
I'll go back to jail if I have to.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Fucking... Oh, crap.
You can tell you're a radio DJ when you correct yourself from swearing.
Oh, no, I'm really sorry. I'm not supposed to swear, am I? Oh, no.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Just thanks for taking part. We're going to wrap up the feature.
Oh, was I live?
That was live.
Oh, I'm
Hint,
really
hint, wink,
sorry,
wink.
man.
Oh no! Don't worry. I just called you and tricked. I just called you. Yeah, it's just whatever. Anyway,
Oh, no.
anyway, thanks for taking part. I'll speak to you later. Bye. That wasn't as good as yours. I preferred the voicemail for some reason. Right, it's time to end the show, ladies and gentlemen. And what a great show it's been! It's been very Halloweeny. With
we could have
Chris.
spooked it up a bit.
We could have spooked it up a bit, but we.
Ba-da-da-dum.
Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum.
Dum, dum.
The hokey and the pokey. No.
Something like that.
Okay, so it's goodbye from me, the gentleman, and it's goodbye from my guest this week.
See you later, people.